Can you give us a couple of examples where eco-hydrology has made a difference in terms of the lives of people?
But we had finally step-by-step demo site, which we developed, UNESCO demo site for eco-hydrology. We are developing on the basis Life Plus project of European Commission. And we step-by-step upgrade the scale, and finally we came already to the upper part of the old catchment. Near my city, Łódź, we had 3 reservoirs situated in the forest, which unfortunately, due to increasing impact, were blooming with toxic algal bloom all year, eliminating the most important recreational area for almost 1 million people.
Wow.
And we use all experience gained in different our experiments during cooperation with colleagues from Indonesia, from Africa, from South America, Europe, and we put together like a systemic approach. Different. First of all, of course, we have done diagnosis. Diagnosis showed the fluxes of the so-called external load were generating blooms. Internal load was less important. And we build up different sequential biofiltration system, different type of buffering zone, and so on. And this system for 5 years already is not blooming. People are using, and 2 years ago we get the prize best of the best Life Plus European Commission.
If we want to take eco-hydrology approach to another country, let's say country such as Timor-Leste, which is a small country, or if we have to take it to a country like Pakistan, which is very big, what would be the practical steps we need to take?
We developed during this UNESCO HP program the kind of guideline for action. 3 principles of hydrology. First principle is hydrological, that always is abiotic factors most important, and that's why we have to quantify the processes in the catchment starting from hydrogeomorphology, and next soil distributions, because it's completely different situation if you have a sand or clay, because if it's slope and clay, you have a big vulnerability to flood, landslides, and so on. And after this template, which you analyze the abiotic performance of the catchment, you can analyze distribution of different form of impact. And in this moment, you have already holistic picture there where to reduce various impact to what extent. Second principle, ecological, how ecosystems are distributed, and 2 types of ecosystem. This which need conservation and need protection, like biosphere reserve, and novel ecosystem, which already were changed by man. And in this moment, we can use them as a tool and modify to increase sustainability potential of the catchment. Yes? This is a second. And the third principle is ecological engineering principle, already how to build up harmony by using hybrid system, integration of the with hydrotechnical solution, eco-hydrological nature-based solution, and also how to translate this to the whole system and build synergy between different solutions. And this is also very important.
There is a big issue of flooding, as you mentioned. So eco-hydrology, you start thinking of the whole catchment approach, like Professor Zalewski has given for the idea for the city, which is Łódź city in Poland. So what are the kind of eco-hydrology related solutions which we can put in terms of the solutions in the upper catchment?
Recently, we try to organize to collaborate with different stakeholders coming from Ministry of Environment and Forestry, having authority in the upstream area, and also different agency, because the flood in Jakarta mostly coming from the upstream, like Ciliwung River. And we try to promote this concept by collaborate with different agency, different ministries to of course to increase awareness that of the flood could be managed before because if the flood already come, it is too late. That's why we try to increase the awareness to catch the most quantity of water coming for upstream to by storing in different small lake like we call Situ in West Java, for example, and also we introduce to different communities along the river, because the big problem is also coming from domestic activities.
International Hydrological Program, especially the Regional Steering Committee, which is supported through Japan Funds and Trust. You have been the chair of the committee as well. What can we learn from the experiences of working together in the region, UNESCO centers, UNESCO chairs, and also very importantly, the national committees? What have we learned so far in the region, which we can share with our colleagues, especially in the context of eco-hydrology? Professor Ignatius.
Yes, yeah, thank you, Prof. Sabas. ISP Phase 8 with the main theme of water security, mentioning the fifth theme in this phase is eco-hydrology, hydric harmony, etc. Yeah, that's why during different meeting, even in Asia Pacific region, we promote this concept to be used in different way to overcome the problem of water resources in Asia Pacific region.
First of all, thank you very much for the wonderful work which has been done over a significantly long period, like more than 25 years in case of Professor Zalewski. And certainly, Professor Zalewski, you are the father of eco-hydrology, a very important person for promoting this transdisciplinary approach. And also, we have learned today with Professor Ignatius' presentation, very important aspects which are for making sure that we create awareness, we solve the bigger problems. We have heard the concepts coming from ecology, from the points of view of ecological energy aspects into physics, then linking with the water, linking with engineering, and the principles becoming established as we go. And it takes a long-term effort for these concepts from the scientific hypothesis to theories to the real solutions and the demonstration projects. And Professor Zalewski has clearly demonstrated that we can solve big problems like the problem of a whole city, like city of Uch in Poland, 1 million population, and every year millions of dollars of budget being spent for dredging of a reservoir. Rather than keep on dredging a reservoir, we can create nature-based solutions using eco-hydrology as a paradigm, right from the upper catchments through the city all the way. And also the concept of ecotones, which came through the Man and Biosphere program, now linking also with the International Hydrological Program, certainly has played a very important role. The inspiration coming from our center in Poland and Professor Zalewski's Center on Eco-Hydrology led to developments where Ignatius has clearly given us ideas since 2009 that we have another UNESCO center, which is in Cibinong in Indonesia under the Indonesian Institution of Sciences, giving excellent inputs, and with Professor Ignatius as the executive director. So this is a collaboration which has made it possible that people have continued their journey. Professor Zalewski, coming from the ecological side, now he has a championship of the eco-hydrology with many disciplines working. And Professor Ignatius coming from the chemical engineering, but in his center, there are people coming from many different disciplines. So the discipline is open. People have to come forward. They need to network. And the networks are very, very important in the region as well as globally. Where the frontier is, we need to continue to deepen our scientific understanding of the processes and how they link with the engineering aspects within our catchments, and especially with the climate change and how it actually impacts on the different aspects of eco-hydrology. But at the same time, The awareness must be increased right to all the political levels as well as to the people on ground, so that there is a proper understanding of how the solutions work. If the solutions can work in Poland, they can also work in Indonesia or in Pakistan and other places, but we must contextualize them with the local understanding of the issues and how eco-hydrological processes work. There are many of these demonstration sites which are available now, and we will continue to follow the progress. Professor Zalewski has a handbook which he has generously offered to us, and he has a journal also, by the way, and elsewhere on eco-hydrology. We will be translating the handbook in Polish to English, and
English.
I also request Professor Ignatius
And
to be in Bahasa
Indonesia.
Indonesia.